Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gentlemen Sim Racing Club. My name is Nick and you're joining us tonight as we go into Virginia, and we're going to South Boston Speedway to watch some SRX action. Joining me tonight will be Joe Baldwin.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, South Boston, the little speedway that could. I think these cars are going to be fantastic around here tonight. It's certainly a different discipline to what we're used to in the Gents Club, Nick. We're normally road course, a little bit of speedway, but this is true short course racing, this one. So it's going to be interesting. One of the key facts is going to be tyre degradation and tyre temperature with these cars on such a short track.
Yeah, well, as you pointed out to me, Joe, that these things were actually developed for these short tracks. So plenty of old school short track racing in the smaller towns of the United States, not that they're that small. So yeah, we'll be having some 3 action-packed races tonight. Obviously, you're checking us out on YouTube or Facebook. Please leave us a comment. Interactive TV, as I like to call it. We're just in qualifying now. I think there's only one more person to qualify, and then we'll get straight into it. By the way, you can see our club sponsors rolling across the top there. I'll read them out as we go through as well. We'll start with the one on the bottom there, Joe. Loebsy Racing, M-Wave, excuse me, Flash Graphics, Freight and Pure Tasmanian non-alcoholic cider. I get it eventually. Waste Options, say it every week, and Orbic Australia. So guys, support the guys that support us. Jump onto their Facebooks or Instagrams and the like, and like their pages, maybe order something from them and the like. As we've got our statistics, race statistics on screen here, you can see the track is only 600 meters in length, and we got a temperature of 26 degrees. And where's the track? Oh, was that the track temp? My apologies. Track temp of 26. Oh, track temp of 42 degrees. My apologies. There we go. Got it right.
Bad. There we go.
You're good. It's going to be an interesting one, especially around here with these races. Like you said, Joe, tyres are going to be the big thing here because we don't do pit stops in these things.
No, absolutely we don't. They're so we're a 15, I think a 15, a 10, a 15 and a 25, I think, from memory. So it's, it's going to be an interesting one. I
do know from
tyre degradation, I think, is probably going to be the order of the day. You could go out hard early if you like, but I don't know how well that's actually going to, how that's going to serve the guys on track. You're going to need to have the tyres sort of towards the end, so you really need to look after them as we go to our grid.
So we got Dale Sharp on the pole there from Sam Stride in second, Aidan Schultz in third, Greg Wellman in fourth, Dimitri Agathos in fifth, Mark McNamara in sixth, Greg Heaney in seventh, Adam Lavis in eighth, and Adam Tice yet to put one on the board. I was going to say before, Joe, from knowing from previous NASCAR experience, and I guess these things are quite similar, 25 minutes, and it's either going to be one of two things. It's either going to feel like a really long time, or you'll be just involved in that much racing, you'll be like, I need more laps.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Nick. When you get into a great battle with these cars, you just don't realise how quickly the laps tick by and the time ticks by. And I mean, we're looking at what was our lap times. I actually missed it. Sorry, I think it was like 15s. So you're looking 4 laps a minute. We got 10, so we're looking at 40 laps just for race 1. So tyres, I tell you. Now, if guys go out there and they blaze along, they're just going to melt the tyres off. And so,
I actually think, contrary to what Chris has written now, I reckon it's a good thing as a small field, because can you imagine 40 nut jobs going around here on such a small track?
Yeah, definitely. And little errors become big problems.
That's right.
Here, as you can see, you got walls everywhere. There's nowhere to escape. So, The guys hopefully can keep it in a straight line and do the right thing, and they'll put on some good racing. It'll be interesting to see who are the guys that can look after the tyres and the guys who are going to go sort of fairly hard at it right from the start. So I'm looking forward to see the guys who've got the race face on as far as NASCAR goes and what's required to be there at the end of the race.
I can see there's a livery there that you'd like in third place already. So we see the truck's doing one more lap. No, he's pulling in this lap, so we're going to go green this time through. And Dale Sharp leads them away. Here we go. Listen to those engines roar. So go into turn one and two. Dale Sharp leading from Sam Stride. Someone in the wall already. Who's that? Number 45, Greg Wellman. He's just brushed the wall. He's back going again. I think right now I'll be happy to be where, say, Adam is right now. Just taking it easy, just trying to feel out the car. There's a guy.
Oh, no.
One around. He's taking out Adam.
Oh, no, I don't know what actually caused that. We'll jump back there and we'll have a look.
They're going again on the... Oh, who's that really low down there? So that was... yep. There we go. Replay time.
Was there any contact with it? Was there any contact? I tell you what, I think it might have been just a slight bit.
Might have just got him.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. There's such a tricky... Oh, here we go. A bit more touching up at the front there. Oh, poor Gary, he's going to get run deep into the corner. You certainly don't need contact like that by Dimitri there and behind him. Those two guys came in together, so I think we've had Dimitri in before. I think he might have been in last week. So, yeah, no, these guys are certainly going hard at it.
Good way to spread out the field now.
Yeah.
So, there's the first three, then there's a gap, and then there's the next three, and then there's a gap to the last two. So, oh, get off the wall there. It's one of those things, you just get out of the corner, you wind it up, it's almost time to jump back on the brakes as soon as you can. Yeah. So, you can see on the track map there, Dale's leading across now the top of the track map, and he's got a bit of company with him, but those two guys in front of him are trying not to get lapped as we jump on board with Sam Stride here in the Napa Auto Parts car.
What will be interesting, actually listen to the inputs in the car, like where he gets on the throttle. If he gets on too early and gets it out of shape, that'll hurt the right rear. If they drive too hard in on the corner, it'll kill the right front. So it's a real balancing act, I think, tonight is going to be the order of the day.
As we have this great camera view from the front of Sam's car, looking underneath the parts numbers on on Dale's car here. Dale Sharp, not known for his oval racing, but he's given it a good red hot go and he's leading this one. And I'm just looking at my live timing here. Where are we? We're 10 laps in already. Only 2.5 minutes in, we're 10 laps in.
And we're not even at 3 minutes. So I think my idea of 40 laps might even be a little bit out. We might even end up with more than that. So it's going to be a
very long feature.
Long night at the office for the boys. So let's hope they've got their force feedback turned down, or else it's going to be a hell of a lot of hard work by the time they get done.
Two things, they'll get dizzy, or it'll be like a bathtub where these cars are just that spread out around the speedway that it'll actually make the cars faster in a straight line. Someone else is in the wall again. Who's that they're going past?
Oh, that would
be Greg, or?
That would be
yeah, it looks like Greg.
Tice, maybe? No.
I think Tice. Oh, he did put a lap down.
Hang on.
We'll find out. Here we go. So this is a recovery from that first lap.
This
is missing.
I think that's from the original incident. It seems that I'm not updating a lot from my SDK at the moment. So it's it's had a bit of a hissy fit. Sorry, people. But
let's try those new buttons, Joe. Let's look back from Dale Sharp there, because he's under attack. So forward from Sam Stride, and then I think you said you had another button plotted for looking back. There you are. That's looking back from Sam Stride, looking at the Kyle Larson livery of Aiden Schultz.
We can have a bit of a chat about Kyle Larson later. I don't mind admitting I'm a bit of a fanboy of the young man, but he's on the cusp of greatness, I think, in not only in American auto sport but world motorsport levels. And I mean, I don't know that I'd agree with some of the some of the people that have likened him with Verstappen, I think they're completely different disciplines, different spheres, different, like they're worlds apart with their skill sets and what they can do. But the question's certainly got to be asked on when you look at versatility and that sort of stuff between guys. And for people like Max Verstappen to be in the same conversation with Kyle Larson it's pretty incredible, really.
As you look back from Dale Sharp here, lap 19, 5 minutes down, so we're getting 20 laps every 5 minutes there, or just over. So we'll get like a 58 lap race in this one. It'll be a long night. I hope it gets dark as well and we race under lights. As we see the top three, and there's a fourth guy closing in. Greg Wellman is actually slowly catching these guys up. Not by much, but you know, it's a long night. He might look after his tyres and he'll be all over the back of these guys pretty soon. So, okay, not like that, but he won't.
As you say, you look after his tyres.
He drove it hard out of the corner, drove it deep into the next one as we... What's going on here?
Oh. I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's a checkered flag. There you go.
So we've had number of laps and time. So it's going to be
there you go. It's going to be a short night.
So it's going to we're going to have a short night. So here we go. We can now have a look at our grid
results
for actually. We'll have a look at our results first.
Yeah.
Hang on. Where are they? There we go. So
sprint race. Race 1 was won by.
No. There we go.
Dale Sharp from Sam Stride and Aidan Schultz. Those three all nose to tail. A bit of a gap to Gary Wellman and Dimitri Agathos. Mark McNamara in 6th, Adam Lavis in 7th, and Greg Heaney in 8th, with Adam Tice in 9th. Now, reverse grid. And we're waiting on one car, and it's Adam Tice. So we're going to get 3 warm-up laps, by the looks of things again, or 2 warm-up laps, and then we're going to let these guys loose with 750 horsepower under their foot. They won't have to look after their tyres so much now.
No,
looks
and
like
I think Ticey might have, he's exited the building, so...
He's vacated.
So he has. So we ended up with, I'm not too sure how many laps we had on the last one. I didn't pay any attention. Must have been...
Neither did I, because I thought we had him buckling up for a long one.
Yeah,
it was about 20 laps.
So here we go, everybody. We're all learning at the same time, so...
Friday night fun time.
It's always fun on a Friday night.
So we rolling around behind the safety car. 2 warm-up laps. This will be the 2nd warm-up lap now. Complete reverse grid. So we see there Gary Wellman and his green and black and white car. A bit of Fox sponsorship on there.
What we will do, have a look between the this 2nd reverse grid race and the feature. We'll have a look at the championship, because I can tell you right now, there's one gentleman in the field there at the moment, and he's certainly got one hand firmly gripped around the first place trophy.
Green
as we go green.
Green goes the field into turn 1, and looks like Adam Lavis, complete opposite of the someone into the wall hard. Who was that?
That was
McNamara.
That was McNamara. And across the wall.
Another one.
We've got a filthy starting race too. Oh, the guy's going hard.
2 laps. I was about to say Adam Lavis, complete opposite of race 1. We got the spread and replay here. So there's Mark getting. Now
the only thing that's got me there is, was he touched? I'm not sure.
Well, then that happens again.
No. As we...
Are we live? No, we're still on a replay here.
No, we've got it all going on.
There's that one.
No.
That was the 2nd incident there in the spray-to replay.
Yeah, and...
That was Aidan Schultz.
And Dale Sharp got involved, I think, in the same one, so... Oh, God, it's all going on.
A little bit.
So here we are back live. So if you want to call this, I can fix up
our... So
we'll go...
We got live here, so we got Adam Lavis leading from Dimitri Agathos, Greg Heaney and Sam Stride all in tow here. You can see those guys on the screen. Oh, my apologies. And Gary Wellman. So those top 5 guys, a little bit of a gap, and you can see Dale Sharp right there. And then Aiden Schultz right at the back there. He is a lap down, but everybody's on the same straight, so it's looking a bit low there. As the guy's coming through to complete another lap, what are we on to now? Doesn't say on the screen, but that's all right.
Oh, I'll fix that right now, Will. Oh, there we go.
Adam's well, that's 7. Adam's a bit of a cork in the bottle here, but he's leading and he gets to look after his car a bit better, because it is pretty tough to pass around here. And as we've seen, guys are getting a little bit too antsy with the right pedal and just tapping guys in front, aka Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. style.
Did you see the fight? If anybody's across it, there was a little bit of a disagreement
in an All-Star race.
In like lap 2 of the All-Star race on the weekend at the place that Cole Trickle actually got his first win of all places.
Might want to look back at the next battle for third here, Joe, because these two are good, but the guys behind us, side by side by side. Oh. This is awesome.
2 by 2, don't round the outside. Here we go. Sam
Tell you what, they're going to use their tyres up. Especially if you're on the bottom lane, you've got to turn tighter and you've got to use your tyres up here. So they're slowing down on the top lane there. It's almost like Super Speedway racing. Still got Dale Sharp here, 2 wide with looks like Gary Wellman. They're still going side by side.
Pieced up against the wall there. It's an awkward place to be on a track like this.
But he's making that top line work. It's actually really good. And he might be, he's going to go the outside here of Greg Heaney as well. Why not? Why not? His spotters be telling him there's a car high. Make this top lane work. Good on him.
Running up there, what it can actually do is take a bit of the load off that right front tyre, Nick. If you can get the car to roll in off throttle, don't load the right front too much, and then get on the throttle off the corner. You'll load the right rear instead of the right front to get the car to turn.
I think he's got it.
And he's made it work. I tell you what, great work, Gary Wellman.
Where's my clap button? Oh, man. He's made it work.
Oh, hang on a minute. Where did Heaney go?
Someone's missing. I didn't see that one on the live timing.
Let's go and have a look and see what happened to Heaney.
He's pinched it, I guarantee. Oh, Dale. And just giving him a door.
Unfortunate.
I thought he made that work nice and clean too. But look, I mean,
we got a hell of a look at Stridey coming up through here. He's up into third after the incident early on in the race, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. He's really just keep plugging away at it, and Adam's not pulling away, but he's a bit of a cork in the bottle. But I was going to point out, I'm hoping everybody who does watch it on Monday morning, hopefully the second lane up will start rubbering in here, as well as at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We've got Dimitri looking underneath Adam here. He's taking it tight. Adam's gone a bit high. I think he might lose the lead here. 2 by 2 coming out of the final turn.
Oh, he's got up alongside.
I think he might have this, and Sam Stroud might follow him through here. Adam might have rubbed the front out of his car.
He rubbed the right front, all right.
He's rubbed the wall, and I think the right front tyre's done on his car. So he's now to third, and he's probably going to drop to fourth. Wow, squeezing him up against the wall there. New leader, Dimitri Agathos, from Sam Stroud and Gary Wellman now in third, and teammates battling for fourth.
This is a great battle up the front here at the moment.
So, just to put in perspective, Dale Sharp had to come to a complete stop at the start of the race.
And up to fourth.
Nearly put it in the wall himself, and now he's in fourth position. I think that Adam's tyres are done. His right front's got to be done now. Yeah, look at the understeer, just pushing up the road.
Definitely struggling.
He's just got to take it a little easier on the entry and drive the exit. As we see here, Sam Stride's now taking the lead. It's never stops here. Sam Stride's taking the lead. Dimitri Agathos taking a high line. Gary Wellman doing a low line, and Dale Sharp just following in tow here. We see Dimitri's drifted wide again. Gary's going to try underneath him. He's going to take about 3 or 4 laps to get this done.
We're going to go 3 wide. We're going 3 wide. No.
Be like Pocono and the IndyCars go 7 wide. Yeah. And it looks like Gary's done it on Dimitri, and he's clear now. And now Dale Sharp's in the conversation now. He's gone, bugger this, I'm going all out Brussels sprout, and he's up into third. quick as he can be. So now he's going to put the pressure on Gary, and Sam is just driving away. Here we go, on board with, thanks to Orbic Australia here, on board with Dale Sharp. Listen to these big V8s.
Oh,
720 horsepower.
Him just trying to squeeze it. Oh no, Sharpie!
Oh,
Dale! After all his good work, just come undone in a flutter.
A little excited on the right pedal. I was about to say he's driving in right on the last lap too. I got to keep track of that. He is driving in quite nicely and then getting really good runs off the turn. So I mean, last corner, last lap, might as well give it a good go, yeah.
Oh, look, you have to try. He actually had a pretty good race there. So when we look at here we go, the sprint race 2.
Won the first one, come 5th in that one. So had Sam Stride win that one from Gary Wellman, Dimitri Agathos in 3rd, Adam Labus coming home in 4th with Dale Sharp in 5th. Then Greg Heaney recovering to finish 6th, and then we had Aiden, Mark and Adam rounding out the field. We got another crack at this. Well, we got the warm-up right now, so we'll run through
So our championship points now.
Oh yes, we'll do that.
Just seen what he's doing, and we've got no Sam Chapman tonight, so which is surprising. I know he was looking forward to getting a good finish in this one, but Stride is out there, absolutely taking it in his stride to pick up a couple of heat wins. And yeah, so that's going to stretch his lead. That's where I was trying to say before, that he had one hand on the championship already, Nick.
Well, I mean, if Sam Chapman was here, he'd be getting some more fourths, wouldn't he?
He probably would. He loves his fourths.
He might have actually helped his situation out here. But Sam Stride there with a win. This isn't updated for so far. It will be updated later. But this is coming into it, isn't it, Joe?
This is coming into tonight, yeah. So this isn't live. This will be updated after the races tonight. But as we sit at the moment, this is where our championship laid as we come in, as we're looking like we're getting onto the grid here now.
Yeah, warm-up's about to come to an end. We'll run through the partnerships that our illustrious GSRC has, if you wouldn't mind, Joe.
Here we go. I'm trying to find it. There we go.
So once again, thank you to Orbic Australia. Without these guys, ladies and gents, this would not happen. So please jump onto their pages and give them a like, and who knows, maybe purchase something from them. Lazy Racing. Excuse me, M-Wave. Once again, if you're looking for computer bits and pieces, hit them up. We got Flash Graphics. John Simpson, pretty good, pretty handy with them graphic stuff. And the Sprayton non-alcoholic cider. Waste Options. And is that it? And we're back to
Orbit. Support those that support the club, people.
Exactly it. Here we are, third race. So we got Adam on the pole if he pushes the go button. If not, it'll be Mark McNamara and Aidan Schultz or Greg Heaney on the second row. Dale Sharp and Adam Lavis on the third. Dimitri Agathos and Gary Wellman on the fourth. And Sam Stride back by himself on the fifth row. And obviously when the pole sitter doesn't turn up, everybody moves up a row, so on that lane. So a free kick for some of these guys, but anyway.
Sort of makes it easy, doesn't it? But
yeah, exactly.
Where I was saying earlier, so Kyle Larson, he's doing something that's only been done a couple of times before. The most recent, I think, was Tony Stewart, and then Kyle Busch did it again after him. Now, when Tony Stewart did it, he was Kurt Busch. Sorry, yeah, nobody else wants that other guy. Sorry, Kyle. Yeah, Tony was competitive in both races. Now, we all know Kyle Larson, he's actually currently leading the NASCAR Cup Series, and he qualified 5th for the Indy 500 this weekend. Absolutely outstanding. So here we go.
So Aidan Schultz into the lead here. Mark McNamara on his outside. Looks like Dale Sharp coming underneath to get second there. And he's dragging Dimitri Agathos with him into possibly third. It looks like Mark's hung out well into the grey there in the, on the top side, and he's bottled these guys up here. So it looks like the front two, Aiden and Dal, are going to get away, and these guys are too busy side by side, are going to lose time here. So it's one of those things, if you're on the outside lane, you want to get to the bottom as soon as you can, and unfortunately, he must have the wrong gear because he's in reverse, because he's losing spots here for Mark McNamara. And, oh, they're still side by side behind him as well. So you see here,
yeah, so
he's going to...
Jackson Rahana's got a point there in the chat that Tony Kanaan, he has actually had to... Oh, no, here we go, it's Grahini. Just loses the rear, back down. No, he's fine. He survived. Yeah, Tony Kanaan's actually had to go and do a refresher course, because if it gets rained out on Sunday, he'll have to step into that car. But I don't know what happens if it gets rained out the whole day and gets run on the Monday. I think Kyle can step back into it. As Adam,
that's correct. Yeah.
Adam's getting underneath Agathos at the moment there. He's up for third.
Now, if we jump on board with Adam, is he overdriving the entries here? Because he was doing that before, and he was really rubbing out the front right tyre, and there was none of it left. So he's just got to be methodical, be really nice on that, on the right foot, on the jandle, and be really nice and roll through the middle. Try not to use too much of the brakes, and just roll it nicely through and use the tyres for individual forces rather than combining braking and turning.
Yeah,
so it looks like he's doing that.
Well, watching what he's doing, I'd probably be getting off throttle a little bit earlier and getting on throttle earlier as well to try and transfer the weight to the rear and get the rear of the car to step out. Not quite that far, but
too much rear.
A little bit too much rear, but he's doing a good job. He's still up there, so we'll.
And you can see how much time he's lost already. Look at that.
Yeah, but it's Stridey and them guys. They're certainly coming in behind at the moment.
And Dal Sharp putting the pressure on the Aiden Schultz there. So when you can, Mr. Director, at some point we'll have a look at him as well. Like, he is not letting go. He is right on it. Dal Sharp very methodical in his approach to this tonight. Very, very good. Drives it a bit deep there, but it looks like he's going to try and get a better run off the turn here. As we jump on board with Aiden Schultz, thanks to Sprayton on board. So Aiden's turning a bit early, Dale's turning a bit later.
Listen,
but Dale's...
listen. Oh, very, very interesting. He's actually using third gear in the corners. Now, that's fine. Ultimate lap time, great. I couldn't agree more. But what it's going to do by the end of the race, his rear tyres, especially his right rear, are going to be absolute rubbish. So I'd just stick it into fourth gear and, as Dale whacks the fence, stick it into fourth gear, let the torque of the engine do the work, not the horsepower, and your tyres will last longer. And if what we'll do, we'll have a jump back to Dale's car and listen to the difference. So he's staying in fourth gear. Just let the torque of the engine gets it off, keeps it straighter. You can just squeeze the throttle a lot easier. You're not tiptoeing on the edge of traction like Aiden is at the moment. So, all right, as we've got an incident back in the pack.
I was going to say he's using the Isaacs instead of the ponies. Here we go. What do we got? Gary Wellman here, right behind Adam Lavis, bit deep, and they're both gone.
No. So that tells me one thing: his rear tyres are now fried, and Adam's right rear is going to be a little bit second hand, to be honest.
So these guys will be, where are they now? 5th and 6th.
They are.
But yeah.
So McNamara is 4th and Adam's in 5th.
Use the Isaac Newton to this for this particular car because it's a big motor, big capacity, so it's going to have a lot of torque, rather than using the top end RPM. And I've noticed too, when Dale gets close, he starts to diamond the corner or drive a little deep to then get a better run onto the next straight, even though the straights aren't that long. So we're up to lap 19. I'm going to say the white flag is going to be out in the next lap or two. See here, we've got a fight here. Dimitri Agathos here in the middle of the pack here. I'm trying
to keep my eye on Barney. Here we go. We'll check in on Barney and see what he's doing.
Greg Heaney in front of him and Gary Wellman behind him. Where's Barney?
So you're actually riding along with Barney, and I've got to say, I actually like this. It's like being at the Speedway for real.
in the crow's nest there.
Yeah.
So you can see the guys going down the back straight there. There's Adam Lavis. Where's he sitting right now? He's
currently in fifth. So Dimitri and Gary Wellman, these guys, they're on it. Dimitri runs a little bit wide. Tell you what though, up the front, look at these guys. They're hard on it. They want the feature win.
Yeah, Dale's right on him now. You can barely get a piece of paper between the two of them. Be interesting to know. I didn't see a white flag that time through, so just keep going, boys.
Keep punching out them laps, fellas.
High line there for Dale, and oh, geez, he nearly ran him over there, which wouldn't have been too good. But look, it's a spicy race here at the front. Dale Sharp, Aiden Schultz. I think Aiden's led from the get-go. Dale nearly binned it there, so he's now dropped off half a second back. It was 2/10 going into that lap, so he's just got to work his way back up, not excite those tyres, and get back on the tail of Aiden.
Oh, I think we've had another white flag. We got the white flag up now.
There it is. It's a white flag now. So yeah, Dale's going to give everything he's got. He's driving it deep, but he just won't have enough here. And there you go. Aiden Schultz with the win.
Come back, Mark McNamara for fourth. Adam Lavis brings it home fifth. Greg Heaney, Dimitri, and Gary Wellman, and Adam Tice is already packed up and in the trailer on his way home. So interesting. I know. Look, oval might not be for everybody, but once you watch that sort of thing there, getting involved is a lot of fun. Like it's it's probably a little pity that some of the guys don't appreciate the NASCAR type of stuff for what it is, this over racing, but it's okay. Next time hopefully we'll get a little bit more participation if we do it again. So here's the roundup for our feature.
Yeah, so Aiden Schultz won that one from Dale Sharp. Sam Stride there in third. Mark McNamara in fourth. Adam Lavis in fifth. Greg Heaney sixth. Dimitri Agathos in seventh. Gary Wellman in eighth. Adam Tice in the transporter. So Aiden with the win there in the Hendrick Cars Cole Larson one. Excuse me. Dale Sharp there with a win of fifth and a second. He was on fire on those last two races as well. So a little smoother, I guess, but you got to push it to really get the win. So good on him. And as we can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, ladies and gents, if you want to support our club as well, you can go to the merch store and purchase some bits and pieces. There is even stubby coolers and beanies and the like. So by all means, get involved. Like I always say, you can see their YouTube and Facebook. We're always on those guys. We're doing 5 nights a week, if I'm correct, Joe.
Yeah, we are at the moment. Yeah, definitely. So there's always stuff out there to get involved in any night of the week. We'll run through those shortly, and so we'll get. Well, we won't actually give them a choice. Hang on, what do we got? I've had a. Alright, I've had a couple of messages here, but it's alright. Here we go, we're getting a couple of the guys in now. So, good evening, gentlemen. Aiden Schultz, I think we'll go to you first, sir. Great drive there for the feature race at the end, mate. You had all the blowtorch pressure on your rear bumper for pretty much the whole way, I think. He was onto you, so you how did you manage it, mate? I've seen that you were using third gear.
Yeah, had to, mate. I got no idea. It was a bit of fun tonight. Small field, it was just fun. Just jumping in late notice and having fun. It was great racing with all the guys, to be honest. I was just having a fat time. So, yeah, I had to go back to third gear at some times. I thought it was quicker. It wasn't good on the rear tyres, but it was a good race with Sharpie there anyway. So, I don't know what it looked like in the broadcast. It was good fun.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was interesting. You guys in that feature were probably the closest battle on track. So, yeah, it was interesting to see. And over the course of the 3 races, it looked like you changed your strategy. I think you might have got caught up in something in race 2, was it? How was... I'd have to flick back, but race 2 wasn't certainly as good to you as what race 3 was.
Yeah, race 1, qualified P3. Like I said, small field, so you can't really take anything of it, but done a lot of ovals. So I was up there and I thought I was going to save tyres in race 1. That's why I was sitting back, and then I started to catch them. I realised, hang on, this is a short race. I don't need to do it. And then we were into the next race, and I totally misjudged the outside of someone on the outside of me. So I think that was McNamara or something. So that was on me, and got into an incident, and then we had a reverse grid, and lucky enough I started off pole. And yeah, I don't know, man, it was just fun. I was just having fun. I love running with this club and love running with the boys, and that's what it was about. And it was a small field tonight, just a bit of fun and good racing.
Did you enjoy doing something different, like other than like we're normally doing, you know, road course or whatever it may be? Just to throw something out there, just a little bit different, change, you know, pick from a different part of your skill set.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like I think Gary Wellman was in there tonight as well, and he comes from the oval racing background in the iRacing scheme as well. I'm road in the real world, and I love road in the iRacing format, but I sort of got dragged into the oval side when I first started iRacing 4 or 5 years ago. So done a lot of oval racing, but since I've been part of the club in the last couple of years, I really enjoy doing the road side. So it was good to, even like I keep saying, a small field, but it was good to just see a little bit of an oval. And if people can get behind that, it is really good racing when you do get it and you get good numbers. But yeah, it was fun. I did enjoy doing something different. 100% more to your point. It was good fun, and for most parts, from what I see, really good racing, even though it was only a small field. But imagine having 40 of those cars around there. It would be absolutely nuts.
Yeah, definitely. Nick and I were mentioning that on the broadcast, and it's not always quantity over quality, you know. And I think we had a strong field of guys tonight, and yeah, so it looks like you've come up trumps in the feature races. We see a couple of the guys getting into it in the background there, but it's good to see you get a result, Aidan. So is that, you've had wins in the GSRC before, have you, or?
Yeah, won a couple of rounds in the GT3s, I think.
Yes, that's right, we have two.
I've podiumed the up-and-comers, I think. I'm still not even good enough to get into the top splits of stuff yet, but done some of that. Drove from 34th, I think, to 3rd the other week in the GT3M at Bathurst, so that was good. Yeah, had a couple of podiums and stuff like that, and yeah, we'll see how we go, mate. We're just out here for fun. We're having fun with the lads and Sharpie and Heaney. Like, Heaney's in with the up-and-comers and stuff. And, mate, what the club brings to the community is amazing. And just to be able to be a part of it and race every night, if you want to and you have time, is amazing. And that's what we do. We've got a life, and we all just have fun, mate. And that's what it's about. And it's a good group of lads. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations, mate. It's good to see you get a result on the board after a couple of rough weeks, I'm sure. But great paint to take to victory lane. Let's hope that a similar paint job might go to victory lane a couple of times over this coming weekend, right?
See how we go, mate. We've yeah, it doesn't matter as long as we're having fun and we finish, and that's the main thing, mate. So it's not about winning, it's about being inclusive and having a good run with the boys. So
I was sort of meaning Kyle Larson with the double, but it's all right, you missed it.
No, I totally missed that, mate. Went straight under the rug.
Yeah, yeah. No, Kyle, we were talking earlier in the broadcast, your paint job obviously is inspired by Kyle Larson, who's doing the Indy Coca-Cola double this weekend.
Yeah, well, hopefully he goes well. I don't really follow him, to be honest. It was literally just a trading paints. Yeah, that's a good paint. I'll run that. But we'll be doing the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow night, me and the boys, in my team, in the officials. So we'll have a trundle at that and see how we go. The Indy 500, we'll have a go at that as well. But outside of that, everything GSRC, mate. We're just in there and having a go and having some fun with the boys. So it was good tonight. It was a nice, relaxing Friday night, mate. I couldn't have thought of anything better to do.
Yeah, nice. All right, mate. Well, congratulations. We might move on and have a chat to the guy that chased you all the way to the flag in that one. Thanks, Aidan.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Thanks for putting it on.
All good. Thanks, mate.
Dale Sharp. A great drive there in the feature race there, and also you got a win in the first one. Well done tonight. Give us a quick rundown from your perspective.
Yeah, cheers, Nick. No, it was a fun night. It was a tough track, like it's a challenging track. So got my first ever pole in the GSRC and managed to turn that into a win in the first one. And then so actually battling side by side, didn't do any of that until the second race. And but yeah, that last one, like Aidan just drove very well. Like you can try different lines, like I tried all different lines, and you can get a run on him, but you kind of need him to make a mistake in conjunction with your good run, because you can get a good run all you want, but if he's there, like you got nowhere to go with it. And so just tried different lines, tried to sit on his ass, tried to keep him looking in the mirror, just tried everything, but if he wasn't going to run wide or tap the wall, there was not much I could do.
Did you, obviously, getting the pole is the first time in the GSRC, did you enjoy this track, per se? It is a tight little track.
Yeah, I'd never raced on it before. Like, I hadn't done much of the ovals since I sort of first joined iRacing about 4 years ago. So I enjoyed it. I generally surprised myself in qualifying. I mean, margins are so tight on such a small track, and so yeah, I surprised myself there. And like, I mean, obviously Sam Stride, he's a championship leader. He's you know, he's had a good all-round season, so to be ahead of him and trying to hold him off in the first race, like just uncharted territory. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, that's excellent to hear. And some takeaways from tonight. What are you going to take away anything from this and apply it to some of the other cars that you race?
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I should do some more ovals. Like the first time I ever did an oval race was in the Race of Champions, and I was pretty competitive in that. And then this would be the second time I've done an oval race, and it was a pretty good night. So it's uncharted territory, but like I might have to look into that, I think.
Well, Joe and I were commenting during the night that, you know, this oval skill is actually, there's a lot more to it than what you see on the surface, and one of those big things is either overdriving or underdriving a car into the corner and out of the corner. So, you know, there's times where you're on a road course and you're chasing lap time or chasing somebody and you overdrive it into corner. Whereas on this, I guess you can make it up on a road course to some extent, whereas on this you get penalised a lot. And I think there was one particular time in the feature here, we might see it, you went to the high side of Aiden there, and you lost a chunk of time. And a chunk of time was only 0.3 of a second.
Yeah,
but
that's
he
it.
pulled out 10 car lengths on you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, I mean, you follow a guy into a corner, you'll follow him out of a corner. So, you know, just especially while I had a gap, like something happened behind, and then we had about 3-4 seconds to the car in third. So that's what gave me the confidence. Well, you know, if I try and go high, if I try something different and it doesn't work, like I knew there wasn't anyone diving me behind me, so that kind of helped. But like you say, you know, I lost about 4 or 5 car lengths and trying to go high, and I went too high and got up in the marbles there, and then it took me about 5-6 laps to just catch that few car lengths back up on him and get back to his bumper. So it's like you say, it's a lot more to it than it looks. It's not just drive around in circles. It's like you know, it's a stock car game of chess in a way, you know. And but no, credit to Aiden, he held a tight line and he drove 25 great laps, you know, and there's nothing I can do. As you can see, I tried everything.
Including knocking down the fence.
yeah, I tried making the wall a bit wider, and I tried everything.
Excellent. All right, top job tonight. I'll throw this one to you, Joe. We'll go to our championship leader, I guess.
Yeah, so we can bring Stridey in. He's probably a little bit dark on himself, even though he finished third overall in that one. He probably not the result he would have wanted in the feature, but I mean, hey, Stridey, you can't win them all, right? But my word, you've certainly got a grip on the championship so far.
Yeah, the final was a little bit unfortunate. I got sort of tangled up a little bit with Dimmy, but it was just an unfortunate situation. It's sort of, you can sort of see on the car there a little bit of damage on the corner, so it just took the bite out of the car, and I couldn't really do too much. I was sort of just driving it as best I could, so Mark couldn't get up on me, but luckily enough it had enough left in it that Mark couldn't get to me. But race 2 I think was my favourite. Got to make a couple of passing moves, and it was you know, a couple of little small battle packs, and it was an interesting race. I managed to work out how to pass people in the second race, but I didn't get an opportunity to capitalise on the third, so I was pretty dark on that. That was what I was really dark on.
How did you find managing the balance of the car? Obviously, car controls, and there's no onboard sway bars or anything like a supercar. I mean, you've probably got brake bias, a throttle, a brake, and a steering wheel is about the only things that you can use to manipulate the handling of the car. How did you find? Did you find you were rolling back the brake bias as the race was going on to try and take the load off the right front, or what little things did you find, like in the driving of the car, to make the tyres last, to give you that opportunity to battle towards the end and probably hold the pace towards the end of the race?
I'm going to really disappoint you with this. I haven't also changed the brake bias through the whole series.
That's why you finished third.
Exactly right, yeah. But no, in answer to your question, I found as you come out of the corner towards the wall, sort of angle the car in towards the corner and give it a little bit of brake, and I found that it would sort of initially rotate the car just a little bit, and then I would hold just a tiny teensy little bit of brake through the corner to about mid-corner, and then you'd start winding the throttle on. And I found that the car actually for the first time complied with most orders, and it was actually fairly well behaved, which isn't necessarily on this car's repertoire.
No, it's a bit of a monster. So we've got a couple of good rounds coming up over the next few weeks. So I think we've got Chicago Street Circuit next week, which I would imagine we're going to end up with more than 7 cars for that one. I've got a feeling that's going to be an absolute monster of a race. But in a couple of weeks, you've got Chicago, Silverstone, Eldora and Daytona Oval for the final. Is there any of those races that you're particularly looking forward to getting up on the wheel?
I'm actually quietly nervous about Chicago. It's going to be as hard as a Chinese crossword, that one. But for some reason I can't really get Silverstone right. I just some sort of monumental failure for me at Silverstone. But Chicago will be interesting. The biggest drama will be it's not even the right-hand turns, it's the bumps. Yeah, that's what's going to really... You hit a bump, and if you happen to give it a boot full at the same time, it's just going to really pay out on you. That's going to be really, really tough. And also, being a concrete jungle, if you get a couple of cars horizontal on the track, that's going to cause some drama. So it'll be interesting. I'm hoping that the iRacing weather gods are nice to us, and it's sort of a bit cooler, so we might have just a little bit of extra grip, but I mean, you don't really have much to start with, so it's not going to change too much.
I think probably about the only thing that's really going to be in everybody's favour around a place like Chicago is the fact that these things are basically painted Sherman tanks. They're pretty tough, so it should be something that's survivable. And the guys seem pretty respectful every Friday night in this class, so it should be good fun. I think I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the guys to race with are really good. Like there's no sort of desperado or people who sort of are willing to give racing room to ensure that everybody gets around the track and we can actually race nicely, which is exactly what you want in a class to race with. It just makes it more enjoyable for everybody.
Definitely so. All right, mate. Well, stick around because we're gonna bring in the current championship points at the end of it. So I'm sure that you're probably going to be interested to know. But until then, Nick, we can duck over to Greg Heaney and see how his night went.
Mr. Greg Heaney, mate, up and down the field, at the front, at the back, spinning out, hitting walls. Give us a quick summary of your night.
Yeah, just like I said to Zach last night, is SRXs tonight. Just jump in it and send it. As echoing Aiden's statement, it's a fun night. Me driving ovals, I haven't done it for a while. I've done a little bit of the official stuff, though that's bigger ovals, not so much the little ones. And as Joe says, these things are a monster to control, and once you can tame the beast, I mean, sure, you'll end up driving like Sam and some of the other boys, but I'm here just having fun. These things are great to drive. I had a great battle with Sam for I think about 3 or 4 laps. I lost count because the laps went by so fast in race 2. I was trying my hardest to not stick him into the inside wall, to give him just enough room. And I think he echoed one of Scafey's lines of there was a cigarette paper between us at one point. But no, these are just having a heap of fun tonight. So
character building.
There was
yes, character building, Greg, is what they are.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I'll agree with you on that one, Joe.
There was a moment, I can't remember if it was race 2 or race 3. You were in a pack of, I think, 4 cars side by side. I think that was
probably race 2.
Gale, yourself. I think Dimitri was in there. It was 4 of you guys side by side. I could see it because we were focused on first and second, and I could see it at the top of the screen every time. And you guys are just going side by side, lap after lap. I think it was like 10 or so laps. Was that the one you were just referring to as well?
Yeah, pretty sure that was it.
Yeah.
I'm driving. I'm quietly thinking to myself, trying to stay off the button to open mic, thinking 3 wide is not good. These are bad enough as it is 2 wide. Going 3 wide into these corners would be chaos. But no, as I said, these are a heap of fun. Bring on the Super Speedway and Eldora, I'd say. Chicago is going to be interesting. Very much Concrete Canyon.
Yeah.
But
actually,
yeah, too much fun.
Actually, Joe, if you want to if you got it on hand, if you want to throw up that table for the rest of the season, I know we climax at Daytona, so I dare say there'll be a lot of ring-ins on June 21st. So we have just ticked off South Boston. Next week is Chicago Street Circuit. There might be some people come out of the woodwork for that. And Silverstone will be the last road course, last time we turn right, and then the last 2 there will be turning left. So Dirt Oval at Eldora and Daytona. So should be good fun. Do you think you're any closer to a win here?
Oh, look, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Daytona's going to be the lottery. It's just got to be the right place at the right time, as we've seen in the NASCARs this year. What was that race that just got decided, Joe, by like a
0.00? Was it 0.005 or something? I think it came down to.
Yeah. What track was that, Joe?
Was that Sonoma?
It wasn't a road course. I know it was an oval. Might have been Dega. Might have been Talladega.
Yeah. Yep.
A very similar vein to Daytona Speedway is what I was getting at. So yeah, I mean, right place at the right time. Greg, is there any takeaways from tonight's night of motorsports? Anything you think you need to be working on?
Probably throttle control in one of these things. I'm not too bad in a GT3, which is what I normally drive, and the Super Formulas and the Vs for GSRC stuff. But no, in this definitely throttle control, and realising that you don't always have to grab 3rd gear, particularly around tight circuits.
To use the torque to drive off the corner, which Joe quite driver instructingly showed to everybody at home how to, the two different styles to do it around here. It's actually quite good and very insightful. So if you get the chance, watch it back. You might pick up a bit or two from Joe there.
Well, probably. I'll have to watch that back then.
All right. So
all right. What we're going to do?
The points?
We're going to back up a little bit. We're going to have a look at the championship sheet. And
all right. This is adjusted?
Mr. Stride, this is adjusted. So Adam's done this one and then he's headed off. I believe he works in the morning. So thank you to Mr. Lavis. But this is our current championship points. So Sam Stride, we can just about engrave it on. You've got a couple of drop rounds in the bag, and you haven't finished off the podium. You've had 3 seconds, a third, and a win so far over 6 rounds. So certainly, probably would be your best showing to date in any of the championships, you'd say.
Yeah, no, you're probably bang on the money, but at the end of the day, like, there's still a few rounds to go, and you never know what might happen. I could get a couple of DNFs, and everything can change pretty quickly.
Just want to point out too that final column there, bonus points. You've collected 30 bonus points. Your nearest challenger in bonus points will be Adam Lavis in 16. So just a touch over half of what you've got.
Yeah, it seems I'm just sort of milking bonus points there mostly.
Clean races, leading laps, all that kind of stuff. It helps out in the end.
Yeah, well, I didn't even consider it or really even notice it, but that's 30 points isn't to be sniffed at when you're looking at, you get towards the end of a championship. Sometimes you might be separated by single-digit points. If you're racking up those bonus points, could give you a good boost.
Exactly it. Yeah, when the drop rounds come in too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'll quickly go through the top 5 there. Joe, we've got Adam Lavis on 347 there. As I just mentioned, he's on 14 less bonus points, but it's still not going to make too much of a difference. And you can just see his average finish there from Sam's 2.8 to Adam's 4.7. Dale Sharp there in 3rd. He's only 30 points off Adam Lavis there. And he's got an average finish of 6.2 as well. Then you got Sam Chapman in 4th on 281, and to round at the 5, Greg Heaney there on 215.
Hang on. Did you just say Sam's in 4th again?
Yeah, you did.
Chapman and Sam Stride.
Sam
Chapman.
Sam loves his 4th.
Yeah. 4th section.
Well, he's got an average finish of 3.7, so it's slightly better than 4th.
Well, he's a Star Wars fan. May the 4th be with him.
Yeah.
In saying that though, Nick, if you round up, it is still 4.
It's still 4, yeah.
It's still 4.
He'd be getting sick of the wooden trophy, I'm no doubt. And then, 5th is Greg Heaney there on 215. So, it's reasonably close there. There's a couple of names we haven't seen in a while, but like I said, I'm going to say they're going to come back out of the woodwork for the next couple of rounds. Especially the Daytona one. We'll see there. Oh, there's a bit of wall there in the background. Again, we'll thank our club sponsors. We got Loebsy Racing, M-Wave, we got Flash Graphics, we got Sprayton non-alcoholic cider, and then Waste Options, and back to Orbic Australia. So once again, we always say it, sponsor the guys who support us. Tomorrow night we got the Mountain Men, for those of you who are registered members of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club, the FR 500 Mustang, so road-going Mustang for 32 laps around Mount Panorama. 8 o'clock start Eastern Standard Time. Please come along. Then, next week, we're into Monday night's broadcast of the V8 at Algarve International for a 25-minute race, followed by GT3s with a 2-race format at Suzuka. Tuesday night, the up-and-comers in the Van Ryn Cup are using the GT3 Ferrari around Motorland Aragon for 3 races.
That's going to be a cracker.
And what do we got? GT1s for a 40-minute race around the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza later that night. On Wednesday, we got production cars. We got the 992 Porsche Cup at Mugello for 2 races there, 2 sprint races, followed by the GT4s at Spa-Francorchamps for 40 minutes. Thursday night's broadcast, we're going to start you off with Formula V at VIR North Course, 3 sprint races, and follow that up with a taste of Watkins Glen for a 40-minute sprint race. There's 40-minute sprint race, that's just one race. Around the Glen there with the boot, classic boot, so that's not going to have the bus stop chicane there. And then join us in 7 days' time. We're going to battle the concrete walls again, but this time we're going to turn right at some points. Chicago Street Course, we've got 3 races again in the SRX stock cars. Excuse me. All right, once again, I always say it, jump on, buy some merch. You can see we've got a stubby cooler there, t-shirts, hoodies, key rings, beer bottle openers, that kind of thing. So jump on the GSRC.inc webpage there, find it all there. All our details are on our Facebook as well. All the myshopify.com GSRC merch. Wow, I tried to blend that all into one word.
Syllables, mate, syllables.
Syllables. Pronunciation. All right, and I think, is that it, Joe? Yes, so we got the Endurance Cup. So the, where are we up to now?
Le Mans, I believe in, oh, hang on, the 16th.
Well, 27th is coming up. Is we doing that one again at Season B? No? Oh, no, it's 27th, the 10th, my apologies. Le Mans, my apologies.
Le Mans,
what's that?
16th of June. So we're still a few weeks away from that one, but that'll give the guys enough time to get their teams together and get organised just in time for a little bit of Le Mans action before Motorsport on in the following month of July. So with that though, Nick, I think that's probably just about going to round us out. Great night of racing, a little bit of short track, a little bit of America with the SRXs, and that was a lot of fun. So congratulations to the guys, Stridey, for putting one hand on the trophy, and well done again to Aidan Schultz in winning race 3. Congratulations, guys.